man. Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? This town needs an enema.
The thoughts and ideas expressed in this podcast are solely those of the authors and guests of the podcast. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Soberless Thoughts.
I'm Mike Odenbeck.
I'm Alex Worley.
And these are our Soberless Thoughts. Hello and welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
This is Soberless Thoughts. And we're on video.
Video killed the radio star.
Video.
We're here.
So that's Alex. Say hi, Alex.
Hey.
I'm going to do
How are you?
There's Alex Solo right there. Oh my God. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh my.
It's my magician
Ooh,
entrance.
it's beautiful. And then there's me. Here's me.
What? Oh my God.
And here's both of us.
Hey.
And that's what you're going to see most of the time. It's just the both of us.
Yeah.
That's it. That's because
Tag team. Back again.
this is my good side, which is why I'm on this side right here.
Wow. I'm pretty sure this isn't my good side, but sure.
Just straight on is not your good side.
Yeah. I need like far to the left and very much up.
Oh, okay. I get it. You want the satellite cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google Earth it.
I never was on dating apps, but I always know they always talked about like you can always tell the picture is fake by how high the angle was when the person took the picture. So if they're like looking all the way back and all the way up is the picture, it's because they're elongating their neck and then, you know, they don't have that dual chin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Under like if you've ever taken pictures for anybody that's very particular, if you go underneath, they're like, no, double chin. You got to go front on or up.
Yeah. It has to be at least eye level or higher.
Right. Preferably at least 15 degrees.
Yeah. Dude, I think I talked about this one time on here, but we're at this bar in Florence, Kentucky, and it was like a whole group of us, and like the girl I was dating at the time and like a couple of her friends were like trying to get like a good angle for like this selfie they were trying to take together.
Yeah.
And I was like, here, just give me your camera. So she gave me the camera, and I like stood up on a chair, like one of the tall boy chairs, and was like holding it up by like the roof from like 5 feet away. Like,
Yeah.
best picture they ever had in their lives. It was the best.
That's a Tinder profile.
That's
for
right.
sure.
For sure. All right. So tonight we are drinking Bitburger.
Bitburger. Fista beer.
Fista beer. Look how
Bitburger.
dude that comes in just so clear on a. You know what? We might for future episodes just have the beer cam, where a camera just sits on the beer
That would be
at
funny.
all times.
Yeah. Like a third camera.
Yeah. So this is what we're drinking tonight. You have any kind of review for it on
Well, of course, at the Beer Advocate.
at the Beer Advocate?
All right, first of all, top left, we got a score of 88. It's very good. Bitburger Brewery from Germany. Style, Fitzbier, Weissenbier. Ranked number 11. All right, that's high up there. 6.2% alcohol, ABV, score 88. It was been ranked by 3,714 people, so that's kind of interesting. With the average of 3.95 is the average across the board of all those ranked. So that's pretty good. I mean, out of 5, it's not bad. Reviews is 91, which we will be leaving a review. And ratings, 107, which I haven't fully grasped what the hell that one means. Actually, let's see. Number of ratings for this beer.
Yeah.
Reviews. Number of reviews for the average. So the score is the official Beer Advocate score. Okay, so the 88 is the official Beer Advocate score. That's what they think. It's not what we review.
Gotcha.
Then what's that? Ranking. So the ranked number 11, ranked within the style So within this style of beer, the Feststetter beer, it's ranked number 11. I don't know how many of theirs is, but there it is. All right, so notes about it. Bitburger Feststetter beer has a clear amber color that reminds one of the first days of autumn. It pours with a inviting foaming white head, an intriguing spicy aroma mix of slightly roasted bread and fruit cake with a hint of caramel. A crisp and full body mouthfeel brings out a variety of malty flavors like roasted nuts, bread with a well-balanced sweetness of raisins and dried fruit. It finishes with a light yet lingering bitterness that is not overwhelming and plays with the perceptible high alcohol, a true example of the style that will pair perfectly with roasted turkey, strong cheese, and grilled sausage. What an interesting note.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
I know.
That's, yeah. Well, that's very German specific, I think.
Right. I was like roasted turkey, grilled sausage, strong cheese.
Yeah.
I also like to read the first review on the Beer Advocate. Hopefully it's funny. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. From Beer Snake 1 from California.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So they gave them a 4.1 out of 5. So it's a little bit higher. Poured from a bottle, a fridge temp, pours a dark and somewhat opaque orange. Small amount of head. Everybody likes the small amount. I think everybody prefer more. Haha. The nose is full of malty goodness, caramel, candy, bread, slightly nutty notes, yeast, and a nice earthy note, wheat. The taste is sweet and refreshing, malty toffee, honey, maple, wheat, orange, grass, and nice yeast. No real bitter notes to be found. Mouthfeel is light and crisp, very clean. Overall, a great beer. Wow.
They like to leave professional reviews.
Apparently.
They like to... let's cheers.
Yeah, let's cheers.
Let's drink this. Ding.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to savor it. Taste it. Feel it. Breathe it back out. And then drink it back. I'll tell you what. It tastes different the second time you drink it than the first time you drink it.
Right.
Which is weird. It had a little bit of a vanilla to it.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely get the orange, a little bit of vanilla, malty for sure. The taste comes and goes, but yeah, I definitely get the maltiness. If you had to rate it in our great reviewing style, what would you say? Like, I like our review style because we just go, what does it remind you of?
Yeah. What does it make you think of?
Honestly, it makes me think of chopping firewood.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the autumn.
See, I heard you say something about like bringing up fall in this.
Yeah, it said something about what is it? Well, I was trying to think of something. Well, maybe in the... Well, I really said autumn because that's the only time you really chop firewood because you do it for the winter. But something about it reminds me of like, I don't know, chopping firewood that you know you're going to have to keep chopping.
I don't know if I get chopping firewood, and I don't know if I get autumn. Like it doesn't really, because I'm used to like those type of seasonal beers.
Yeah,
this doesn't taste like that to me. It does. It's really, it's hard to place, really.
I know. Well, the oranginess makes it like summery, and where it's light.
You know what? You know what it tastes like?
What?
It tastes like getting hit on by a bear.
All right.
Not a cute guy, but a really like me.
Yeah.
Like me, and like just not flamboyant at all. Just very like a gruff.
Yeah. Man's a man.
Yeah, and he's like, by the way, it'd be nice to just power bottom you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this beer tastes like. Tastes like being power bottomed by a gruff bear.
I don't know if I can write that in the Beer Advocate. I don't even think they would just go, what the fuck does that mean? Do you know? I don't know fucking idea, man. And then there's like the one intern in the back who's like, I know what that means. I've been there.
Yeah, man.
Which weirdly enough, could be the same thing.
Yeah,
You're out chopping wood.
exactly.
A gruff man walks up and be like, I like the way you swing that
It
axe.
probably happened on the woodpile.
I'm trying to think of a way to do this. It tastes like
Tastes like being power bottomed by a gruff bear on a woodpile
oh, damn it, I don't even know.
in the fall. On a woodpile in the fall. Dude, that's very visual.
Yeah.
It's great. I just told you exactly what you It's word for word, buddy. You know what we missed out on is
I'm trying to do this a little bit more.
what? What?
Here's what I put. It tastes like hold on. Hold on.
We trying to make it politically correct? Don't do that. We want people to look at it, see that it's from Soberless Thoughts, and then come to the fucking
I'm getting there.
podcast.
Here's what I put so far. It tastes like being alone in the forest, chopping wood in the fall when a stranger comes up and makes you fall in love. and then I could put, then takes you right then and there on the fucking wood pile.
Yeah, but this tastes like being power bottomed.
All right. I'm trying to think of a way to do this without like getting kicked off of Beer Advocate.
Do you think they would kick you off for that? No.
They might, man. I don't know, man.
Is there even a way to like report a review?
I mean, these are reviews. It's not. Yeah, I mean, why do I give a shit? It's ours. It's
I don't
the stuff-
know.
I don't know either. Okay, whatever. Makes you fall in love and decide to be.
You didn't decide. It just happened.
Yeah,
to
you're
you.
right.
You just fell into it.
Gruff.
and you just fell into that power bottom.
Wait, so are you the power bottom or are they the power
Oh,
bottom?
they're the power bottom.
So you're laying it to them.
No.
Yeah, that's what a power bottom is.
Well, yeah. Well, they're laying it to you while you're giving it to them.
All right. Why do I feel like I'm doing fucking Bigfoot erotica right now?
It's pretty close.
Yeah, dude, it's about as close as we got.
Speaking of that, you should have been wearing your monkey suit. That's what I was going to say. Next time we have to do something like that, you got to wear your monkey suit.
Yeah, and two, I don't know where it's at. I've been looking for it actually.
You got to find it.
Yeah, because I've got one and Cass got an elephant. And we were looking for it for Halloween, just to walk around with the kiddo.
The only onesie I have is a American flag. It's a big, giant American flag onesie. Because I'm very
Right.
patriotic. Are you still writing a review? Come on, Alex.
I'm hurrying.
What is it?
It's turning into. It said it tastes like being alone in the forest, chopping wood in the fall when a stranger comes up, makes you fall in love, and then you take the stranger right then and there, and you show him what power bottom really means.
He should. Then you take him right then and there, but then he shows you what power bottom really means.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And that's a review. See, so now when somebody else does what we're doing and they go on, they're like, well, I wonder what the review for this on Beer Advocate is. And they're like, well, let's go see what this top one is. And oh my God.
Yeah, because technically you got to be 21 and up to be on this fucking shit. So
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
All right, no. So here's what I'm gonna put. So it tastes like being alone in the forest, chopping wood in the fall when a stranger comes up and makes you fall in love. You then take the stranger right then and there, and he shows you what a power bottom really is. The taste is great. The taste is great. And could enjoy this throughout the year. Why not?
Taste is great. You can enjoy it throughout the year. It sounds right.
Listen to Soberless Thoughts.
You know it's good when you already finished your first beer
Yeah.
before we even finish the review. Oh yeah. Number 2.
All right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alex, let's talk about the perception of reality tonight.
Oh shit. We're just diving in it, huh?
This is
Didn't you do that to me?
what?
Didn't we do that on like one of those other ones where we're like, what do you want to do? I got it. Boom. Whatever. So, all right, go. Perception of reality.
Yeah, perception of actually I want to talk about what happens after we die.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think happens when you die?
I don't know. I've been so conflated.
I've been reading this book called, well, actually, I read the whole book called The Great Divorce. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So there's this podcast I listen to called Quite Frankly. And he's doing a book review right now. And they're doing, or not like I guess like a book review. But they're doing it on The Great Divorce. And like, they just did the first 5 chapters, right?
Right.
But like, I went to read the first 5 chapters, and then about 2.5 hours later, I finished the book and was like, all right. It's a quick read.
Right.
But anyways, that's what the whole book is about, is like what happened. It was like the afterlife, right?
Right.
So anyways, so it's C.S. Lewis is the author of the book.
Okay.
And basically he's like, you die, like this isn't the plot of the book, but this is how in the book he visions afterlife.
Right.
You die, you go, first place you're going is hell. But what hell is like a city, a town that is on the brink of twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just got dark enough to where you can't really see anything anymore,
Yeah.
but it's not like completely dark out yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not light out yet. It's like right in the middle, that weird time after the sun goes down but before it's completely dark.
Right.
So anyways, it's always that time in this city, and people just like Like if you want a house, you just think it and it appears. So people are always just trying to get away from one another because they're always arguing with each other and shit.
Right.
Well, anyways, this is hell, right? Well, there's a bus stop there, and you can get on the bus, and it takes you to basically outside of the gates of heaven. And then when you get there, it's fucking wildness. Like the visual is crazy. But like basically these people who are in heaven now will come out and try and talk these other people that showed up on the bus into going into heaven. But they're all on the fence about it.
Huh.
For whatever reason. And basically these other people, these I don't want to say angels, but like people who have gone to heaven are, that's all their whole thing is just trying to convince these ghosts, like, come out of purgatory, you want to go and go to heaven, like you want to see God, like this whole thing, right? Anyways, it's fucking interesting, but like I just don't know if I think that that's what
It's all right. It's like a new age version, kind of like Dante's Inferno. Because, like, you know the story of, like, Dante's Inferno?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, he's got to go through the 7 levels of hell, and then he will make his way up, and then he goes through the, whatever, 7 to 10 versions of purgatory, and then he'll, like, there's 3 chapters of it. There's hell, purgatory, and heaven. But the part of me, like, likes the idea of that, of, like what, I mean, because, like, if you think about it, everybody sins, you know?
Right.
Like, if you're thinking in those terms, so, like, it would almost make sense that, like, you had to go through that to, like, cleanse yourself, and then you go to purgatory. And then you got to make your way, then, like, you know, once you cleanse yourself of the sin, then you got to, like, find your way to the opposite side.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. Now, what I actually think, I've always battled going back and forth this and that. You know, part of me, I find comfort in not knowing and not understanding. Like, where some people, it drives them crazy, but it's something about me. It's like, I have this weird mentality of, like, I'm not meant to understand, so I'm not gonna understand until
you like
it
to
happens.
remain blissfully ignorant.
Sometimes, but I've also had these deep discussions. Like, I had an ex which I didn't know this because I grew up in a very, like, southern rich part of the United States where like, everybody went to church, but it was like 30,000 different churches. Whereas, like, well, they're Pentecostal and they're Baptist and they're Southern Baptist, and these people are Southern Baptist, but only on the third Sunday of each week. And then there's, you know, them and here and Catholics and yada yada. It was like all just in varieties, basically. But when I actually dated a girl that was Jewish, and me and her had that discussion of, like, what happens after you die, because, you know, like, you get to those kind of conversations. I remember her saying, which someone else that I've met that it was, like, of the Christian belief, I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't Catholics, but it was like a one-off of Catholic. But they had this idea, which I don't know if every Jewish person has this, but this is what she told me, is it's nothing. It's emptiness and darkness. Because I was like, what? I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have a heaven? Like, no, why would we? Jesus died to tell you there was a heaven. It's like, Jews don't believe Jesus, like, they believe Jesus existed, but they didn't believe, like, he was, like, the Son of God or the Messiah or any of that. So she was like, why would there be a heaven? And I was like, it was like one of those conversations where I was like, like, holy shit, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And so then that got my brain going, and I was like, well, how do you even wrap your brain around that? She's like, what do you remember before you were born? I was like, nope, it's like that. I'm like, fuck. And then I feel like I also hear about people using DMT and all that crazy shit. And I think, like, it's not that it's reincarnation, but it's just like a transfer of, like, if your soul is electricity, it's a transfer of electricity maybe to a different plane. like that's my scientific brain working. Because energy's got to go somewhere, and if you just die, your energy just empties, but that goes against like all physics.
Right. What even are we?
I don't know. That's a good question.
As far as, see, that's the other thing. That's the other thing that really drives me crazy trying to think about, is because once you get down to like the molecular structure of us, there's nothing holding us together.
Right.
And which is, I think, why a lot of people subscribe to the simulation theory.
Oh, like the Matrix and shit like that?
Yeah, because like we're all living in a simulation right now.
Right.
Because there is nothing physically holding us together or anything.
Right.
There's nothing. If you dig down to like the deepest of all of this, everything that I can see, and nothing is really holding it down.
Well, it's funny you said that. I literally just watched some like scientific people talk about like quantum mechanics and how like as we get bigger with quantum mechanics, like our rules kind of reinforce itself. But as we get smaller, once you get to a certain point, they start getting weird and wonky. And then it makes us, which is a lot easier for us to go smaller than it is larger, that our quantum mechanics, like all the things we think we know, start to like not. And then they've actually, I don't know if this is true, it's just some videos I watched, but there was a guy talking about how like there's actually, they've gone so far down that there's like, not even lower than atoms, but there's like particulates or whatever you want to call it that are phasing in and out of this reality. Where like he was saying, I don't know if it's true or not, but even like ones in our brain will like phase in and out. Because like I said, energy's got to go somewhere. So it's like, it also kind of makes you go, what if your ideas are like, you know, like, not the universe is that, but you know, like whatever decision we made today, like there's an alternate reality. So what if like we're bouncing the thoughts back and forth of like, I shoot this particulate that is going to make you say yes, but you're shooting back the one that says no. And it's just like, boom, done. I hadn't really thought about it like that, but yeah.
You think it's weird that, did you ever see like the splitter test that they did with light? How like if you're observing the light waves, they do one thing, to where if you're not observing them, they do something else.
No, that's an interesting one.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, how do they know that you're observing it? Like, how do you know that you're looking at it? How do light particles know that you're looking at it?
See, that would be more or less what your eyes can pick up.
Well, they're like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like even just recording it, like it knows it's being recorded.
Yeah, but how would they even know what it's doing when it's not being looked at or recorded?
Because of so there's like a paper on it's like lights being shot at this paper.
Oh, I see
like,
what you're saying.
It'll cause something to happen to that paper. Like it'll be like a spiral if you're looking at it, and it'll be just like a straight line if you're not looking at it. Or something, I don't know. That's probably not right, but something like that.
Right.
So anyways, they don't look at it, it's always the straight line. They look at it, it's always a spiral. And then so it's just one of those things that they can't explain. There's so much going on in the world that we have no fucking idea why or how.
Oh yeah.
Theories. One thing is say, okay, so here's another thing. I'm just going to be jumping all around.
No,
the place,
you're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
This is what this episode is. We're just hodgepodging. It's just it's a potluck episode.
Yeah, so conspiracy theory, right?
Love it.
Okay, conspiracy theory. When you hear conspiracy theory, what do you think?
Just obscure reasoning for certain events.
Trustworthy?
Trustworthy? No. Usually
No.
not.
Why?
Because it's always anti whatever we've been told.
Or it's because it's just the theory?
Well, that too.
What if it's
But I feel like there's theories that I trust, but I don't know if they're actually true.
I feel like everything that is a theory,
Huh?
you should take with a grain of salt.
Well, yeah.
So how many things do we take for granted as fact that's actually just a theory?
Probably quite a bit. It's also like the why question. Like you keep asking why, and it keeps going and going and going. Eventually, you're gonna get to something where you're like, I don't fucking like, because that's what I was like. That's what we're guessing. Because it's like Big Bang Theory. It's a theory.
Yeah.
Some believe it, some don't.
The theory of gravity.
Right.
Gravity's a theory.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, quantum mechanics start to unravel all those things the further you go down.
Love is a theory.
Love a theory? I thought they determined
Oh.
that was like a chemical reaction.
No. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Happiness, depression. You can control these things. You can control emotions with chemicals,
Right.
but they don't know what causes them. You can control your emotions with your brain.
I mean, that is true.
I try and tell my son that, like, you can, like, you are in control of your emotions.
Right.
He'll be like, you're making me cry. I'm like, I'm not making you cry.
You decided to cry.
You decided to be a little baby and start whining about something.
Right.
You could just not do that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could break down right now and just start bawling my eyes out about something stupid that that for no reason, or I could stand here and not. But people think, and I'm proud, and if one of the 4 people that listen to this will be mad, but people think that there's no control of that, especially with depression is the main one,
Yeah.
where they're like, it's a disease. I hear that a lot.
Right.
Or it's a chemical imbalance. Or it's a weak it's a weak mind
Right.
is what I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a weak mind. How do you strengthen your mind though?
Mental exercises.
Yeah, but of what variety?
I don't know. I feel like I have I don't know, because like that is a very difficult question, because I was gonna say, like, I feel like I'm one of those people that plays out scenarios constantly of every aspect and every fabrication, but usually it's like of the worst shit that could happen.
Yeah.
But it's like it's preparing my brain for the worst, but usually it never happens the way I thought it. But for some reason I keep doing it and I can't stop.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's always the worst scenario that comes out. And I'm always like, And then when the thing happens, I'm like, it wasn't bad. But I don't know if that's strengthening or weakening, because it's like I'm already... Because like I've actually heard monks say this, like if you worry or get anxious, like if you worry about something happening that's going to happen, that means you're just living through the thing twice.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I fucking heard that. I went, damn, monks. You got some fucking gold nuggets up there, huh? Fuck, that was good.
Yeah, when they're not all high on meth.
I know, man. Fuck. I want to be a monk. Drinking beer and high on meth.
Did you hear about that?
No.
The meth? You didn't hear about that?
No, but it...
Oh, dude, this whole whatever it is, monastery.
Yeah.
That they all were like, somebody went up there and they were all high on meth. They all had meth in their system. It must have been in the water or something. I don't know what, but they arrested all of them.
Why? Like,
I
where
put
were
'em-
these?
And took them to Tibet and then put them in fucking rehab and the whole nine. Every
Single
fucking
one of
monk
them?
in there.
Damn. It takes only one good fuck up to really fuck up a good monastery. I mean, dude, like, think about it. It's like all these people are people that are like going to give themselves to the ideology of like finding center peace. That's like going to rehab and you come in and you're like a fucking coke dealer and you're like, hey, everybody, I got something fucking for you. And the next thing you know, they're all fucking chewing on random pieces of wood. Like, all right, let's
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine?
But fucking meth. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I hold my monks to a higher regard than fucking meth. Like,
That's why I feel like it had to have been in the water or something.
right. Like somebody was poisoning the water. Somebody who had a meth lab like upstream,
Yeah.
and they're fucking just dumping shit in the water.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, this is the throw. All right, let's just dump the meth. It's also crazy to me. I feel like I've watched meth take over the world.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it was called like trucker crank and shit, where it was like this backwoods shitty thing
Right.
that you're like, yeah, I'll never do that shit. And then
Speed,
yeah,
like white crosses.
right,
There was all kinds of names.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit's been around for forever. Fuck, dude. What was it? Was it the Japanese that gave it to their pilots? Like World War II, methamphetamines.
Probably. We probably had them all fucked up to the kamikazes.
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what it
Shit.
was. It was like, I mean, if you're going to go out, let's fucking rip it and go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Right.
Apparently, there's a massive war fleet of a massive Russian war fleet right off the coast of Alaska right now,
Oh yeah.
and a massive Chinese war fleet off the coast of California right now.
Nice.
Just
chilling.
just waiting. Just waiting
Yeah.
for
I feel like they'll do better in California than they will in Alaska.
oh, for sure,
They're gonna get fucked up in Alaska.
some hatchet throwers.
Oh fuck, dude! Everybody's packing fucking heat up there, and they know the land. Like,
Yeah.
the platoons are gonna disappear,
Yeah.
and some fucking
Yeah.
backwoods dude's gonna be fucking eating legs of dudes. Just like, what?
No,
It's the only
it's-
thing I got to eat.
Yeah, they're going to try and set up a base inside of a cave up there,
Right.
and the fucking monsters from the Descent are going to get them.
Fucking Bigfoot giant dude. Dude, by the way, I've been seeing so much shit on giants. We got to do an episode on giants again. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck the Smithsonian.
Yeah. I just want you to know, this podcast has singly set in stone that I'll never get to work at the Smithsonian. I just want you to know this.
Why would you want to?
I'm not saying I want to, but I'm just saying, if I become an old man and go, you know what? I'm retired. I'm going to go work at the Smithsonian. Then be like, we're going to do a background check. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're not working here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's any government job, really, for me.
Oh,
this
yeah.
point.
It's gone. I'm not a senator. I might be like a comptroller of a fucking township that no one gives a fuck about. They're like, look, you got it because you signed up. No
Right.
one wants this shit.
Right. I could be a traffic guard. if I volunteer, I'm not getting paid.
I always thought like I could go back to my hometown and try to be mayor or some crazy shit. But
Yeah.
I've actually talked to people who've tried to get in the local politics, and like they've told me like, dude, it's so it's just as you think it. It's who knows who. You gotta be friends with everybody. Everyone's gotta know who you are. You gotta have a good perception. Like it's all this like, I don't know. It just feels so fucking like you can't just be real. You gotta go in there and like, hey, I know.
What if you did come in and be real, though? What if you came in and you're like, hey, Doug, fuck you. And they're like, oh, we're going to get...
All the people that hated Doug, like, hey, you know what? Fuck Doug.
Yeah, we didn't like him to begin with.
Yeah.
It's about time somebody said that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
As long as you had the right targets to point at.
Just everybody.
Yeah.
You just come in fucking wrecking balls,
coming in
man.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, just all of them.
Yeah. But I don't. After talking to him, because he was trying to get some bullshit job too, of like in the courthouse, like fucking city commissioner or something like that. Where he actually had like all the degrees and stuff for it, but he didn't have the name and he didn't have the sway of the person before him, and he tried to come in and like overtake him essentially. Of course, I'm pretty sure I said this on here before, where I tried to sign up or started to sign up for environmental something agent that was like government funded or something. But here's what it was. There was 4 slots and there was literally only 2 people to select for voting. So I select the 2 and he goes, fill in the last 2. And I almost filled in my own name and called like the same day. I was like, dude, I could call my friends. I was like, I'll just fill in my name, call fucking 6 of my friends that I know are voting, go, hey, when you get to environmental blah, 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 just sign my name.
Yeah.
Right. I told a guy who's in politics in the town I'm talking about that was going to do this in. He looked at me and goes, dude, you would have got it. They only have 2. They're supposed to have 4.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you have a degree? I'm like, no. I don't have a degree in that shit at all.
Yeah.
It was like environmental waterways and something else.
Yeah.
He was like, well, you might have not been able to pass the prerequisites. But I'm like, but I got voted in. He goes, yeah, you might have been a part of it and had to go to the meetings, but you wouldn't be able to do anything. I'm like,
yeah, so what?
who gives a shit? Like, I've
Right.
got that on my record.
Right.
I did it. I didn't do shit, but
That's
I did
now
it.
a permanent fixture on my resume.
Right. But I don't think it wasn't like a paid gig either.
Yeah. That's like me at Wright State University. I was the director of programs. Mm-hmm. That is now a permanent fixture on my resume.
Right.
Although I only did it for 1 semester
Nice.
and I got booted out of it
Yeah.
for having Sex Fest.
That's funny.
Hey,
Hey,
it was a fucking wild time.
I bet it fucking
And
was.
everybody had fun.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the problem was.
Yeah. It's college.
Yeah,
That's what you're supposed to do.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at now. But Alex, have you heard of the Lazarus virus?
Is that the zombie virus? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's real.
Oh, nice.
It's actually real. Like they found it, I want to say in the Arctic, going through these ice tubes that they pull up, right?
Yeah.
And they found this virus. And why on earth scientists would fuck around with viruses that they find
Because they don't watch fucking movies.
from like 500,000 or 50,000 years ago or whatever. But it's a full-on zombie virus.
So let me ask you. Let's take a pause. So if you're a scientist and you're pulling up fucking viruses and random shit, like I have a thought process of like two different things when it comes to this. Because I'm like, one, you would think like don't do that because it's shit that could come back and whoop our ass.
Or just take us all out.
Yeah, or take us out. But there's also, here's the other side of that. At some point in our evolutionary whatever, we've already been exposed to it. So it, like, our immune systems are way more advanced than that fucking thing. But the scary part would be, is it if it evolved? Because the way it is now, at some point in our evolutionary beings, we would have been exposed to said thing if it was around the same time, you know, like you would think it would be. It wouldn't be like, here's the fucking pool of just shit that we all come from, and it was made first and it got froze and then we came out later.
Right.
So that's the part of me that thinks about that. Like, so you would think would have been exposed to that kind of thing. Or it could be like the fucking smallpox and all the natives of America, they got fucking clocked out. Like it was on the fucking island of the Arctic. So we never really got exposed to it. It just froze out.
Right.
So that's the other part. Which we'll have to do an episode on the Arctic too. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that shit pop up.
What if, because remember War of the Worlds, and how the aliens die because they can't function with our common cold,
Right.
basically.
Right.
What if it was the opposite? What if it was the opposite? What if the aliens came here, had some kind of bacteria on them,
Right.
like, and killed us like we killed the Indians?
Right. I was gonna say that's the smallpox. That's literally that. They came in, we got it. It killed off millions and only a few survivors.
That's what I think the next COVID-19 is going to be.
Could be.
They're gonna, but it's all going to be fake.
What?
It's all going to be fake.
What's gonna be fake?
This alien virus, this alien COVID, we're going to call it COVID alien.
So wait, what part's
Look,
gonna be fake? Either
all of it.
We're all like the alien part
So
or
listen.
okay.
This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
No.
Alex, you've never heard of Project Bluebeam?
No.
So this is a black ops thing that got declassified, where basically they were setting up a fake alien attack.
Okay.
Like they were going to have like holograms basically in the sky to make it look like alien spaceships, or have our own alien spaceships up. And they were going to basically say, we are under attack by aliens. We need you to do X, Y, and Z. And
Not bad.
call it Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the scenario.
Okay.
They do Project Bluebeam.
Mm-hmm.
They say we're under attack by aliens. And and we have an all-out fight with these aliens, right? Or so we're told.
Right.
Because say it happens in Argentina and Turkey and Kyrgyzstan or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And so we don't know. We're just watching it on TV. Okay? But, and say we defeat those aliens. We're some badass fucking earthlings, right?
Right.
We take out these alien invaders. Unfortunately, though, they had bacteria on them. Mm-hmm. And now that bacteria is spreading across the planet.
Right.
Covalent. Instead of HIV, it's AIV. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, close enough. ALV maybe.
Yeah. So, anyways, the point is this virus spreads, and everybody is freaking out, saying that they're going to and people do start dying.
Right.
People do start dying, but what it is really is biological weapons that they themselves had sent out and are killing people, which they already had the antidotes to, because they wouldn't put it out unless they had the antidote to it.
For what? Population control?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bring us down. That's what everything is.
Right.
That's what everything is population control. Everything that you see on TV right now is population. This carbon shit, do you believe in this anti-carbon stuff that's going on?
I don't know what the anti-carbon thing is. What are you talking
So
about?
like everybody, so
Like you're talking about like your carbon footprint and all this shit?
yeah, like all that.
It's been going on for like fucking 10, 15 years?
Yeah, like you need to reduce your carbon footprint. You need to all that, like why they're trying to get rid of gas stoves now.
Yeah.
All this kind of crazy shit. If you here's the wild thing. What did you learn in elementary school in science class? What do plants eat?
Nitrogen, carbon dioxide, sunlight.
Right.
Yeah.
Plants feed off of carbon dioxide
Right.
and then produce oxygen. If we get rid of all the carbon in the atmosphere, then there will be no more plants. Then there will be no more people. So why do you want to get rid of all of the carbon?
Why don't they want to get all the carbon?
No, they want to get rid of all of it.
Well, we produce carbon.
Yeah.
Like carbon dioxide, we breathe it out though. So
Yeah.
it's like they'll never be able to eliminate it. Maybe they're talking about the excess, but like you would think, but here's what I'm thinking, like why wouldn't they do the opposite? Not decrease carbon emissions, but like increase plants, I don't know, fucking plant setting, like more trees, more rainforests, yada yada. Like you would think that's the sketchy part of it.
The sketchy part of it is that they want people to die. They want people to die.
Yeah. Well, I just like I don't know. They'll never be able to get rid of all the carbon unless everyone dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's the game plan on that?
I don't know. Some scientists think that, I think it's by 2045, there will be zero sperm left.
Yeah.
Zero sperm left. And no more babies.
See,
It'll be like Children of Men. You remember that movie? With Clive Owen? No. What's that English dude's name? Clive something.
I have no idea.
Anyways, you've never seen Children of Men? So in this movie, basically this is what happens. Like,
Wait.
The old-fashioned way of having babies doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
And like the youngest person on the planet was like this 25-year-old kid or whatever. Anyways, then all of a sudden he meets this girl and she's pregnant. And like the whole movie is him like trying to protect her and this unborn baby that she has.
I remember this movie. I remember seeing it's not newer, but like 2000s maybe.
Early 2000s.
Right.
Maybe.
I remember this because it was like something like they accidentally like neutered everybody essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I mean, they've been talking about that on like testosterone levels forever, mainly because like women with where they take like birth control and stuff like that, they are taking excess amount of estrogen. Well, the excess ends up getting peed out. That when they pee it out, it goes into the water system. In the water system, it doesn't get filtered out from the water company, so everybody starts to drink it, including men. And I've actually saw that that's one reason why this is a theory that one, like men testosterone has decreased, but also women's breast size has increased.
Thank God.
Yeah, because here's the funny thing about that. So like, here's the theory, right? I remember talking to one of my uncles, right, who's fucking shit, man. He's fucking in his 60s now,
Yeah.
but like maybe like 10 years ago, I remember, like, you know, when I was a youngster myself, 10, 15, whatever. I remember talking to him, and I remember him saying this so vividly, and I was kind of like, was it really? He was like, he literally said, yeah, he's like, it's crazy how much bigger girls' boobs are today than they were back when we were young. And I was like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
He was like, dude, it, like the shit that we, like the average size that we think of today was like large to them back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like, because it's like you would not see as prevalent, I guess.
No, dude, like look at these old pictures from like the 50s and 60s of all these beach goers, right?
Right.
One, everybody's skinny.
Right.
There are no fat people.
Right.
And two, like you don't see curvaceous girls out on there on the beach.
Right.
That wasn't a thing.
Right.
It's crazy. Now everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian.
Right. Curves up top, curves up bottom.
Yeah. Men and women.
Right. So yeah, that was the other thing, is the men that testosterone has decreased over the years.
Yeah.
Now, here's the weird
So
part.
you got to call up Big Hurt and get you some T pills.
Big Hurt. Yeah. Well, that's a whole another thing. Well, like what's funny about that is like, I get it, but there's actually like, so here's like the steroid thing. I was just telling a guy about this at work the other day. It's so funny. So this dude I was talking about, he's a vegan, right?
Yeah.
And he eats a lot of soy. And I was like, dude, I've read that soy's not great to eat because it has excess estrogen in it. Like natural estrogen. But
And you just don't want to be a soy boy.
yeah, well, so he, like, me and him had this discussion because of like, he kind of was like, that's not true. It was like, I've actually met people and known people and seen all this stuff that, like, these people who just ate soy and no meat, their testosterone actually like increased.
Oh yeah.
Now here's the funny part.
What about Mountain Dew?
Huh? Mountain Dew?
Didn't you hear that about Mountain Dew back in the day?
No.
You never heard that?
No.
That was like the rumor going around when I was in elementary school, was like, don't drink a bunch of Mountain Dew because it'll kill your testosterone and kill your sperm and your...
Oh, I heard that about weed all the time.
Yeah, and you won't be able to have babies and
Right.
stuff like that.
I remember hearing that.
But
But
I've drank plenty of Mountain Dew and I've had plenty of babies.
right. Well, the funny thing is, so here's the steroid thing I was talking about. It's like, if you're a dude that's on steroids, so if you're on steroids, you're taking like fucking tea.
All natural, baby.
Yeah, natty baby. But like, if you are like, you know,
Yeah.
you're taking excess amount of testosterone, you're taking like the steroids that are like open up your blood vessels and a bunch of other shit, right? But the main thing is they take a shit ton of excess testosterone. But the minute they stop all that shit, there's a balancing act in the body. Like, you increase the testosterone, your estrogen, your natural estrogen levels will go up to reach it, to balance it out. And then it'll keep going because your body is all about balance. So a lot of the times when these guys are on testosterone, when they fucking stop, that's when they grow, like, they get really emotional. They actually, you know, like Bob has bitch tits from fucking Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's because he got off testosterone, and then his estrogen levels are still so elevated that he just grew breasts, essentially, or lactated, or whatever it is, or, you know, shit like that. But if that's the reasoning, if that's the science behind it, which I'm not 100%, if you end up taking a bunch of estrogen, your natural testosterone should increase with it, you would think. So if you ever stop taking estrogen, it would also fucking, your estrogen will bottom out and you would fucking roid rage like a son of a bitch, and you should go to the gym immediately because you're gonna fucking just pump the fuck out of shit. Of course, it's also the same reason why people who are transitioning, if they're taking estrogen, they have to take testosterone blockers because their testosterone will meet the level of the estrogen. And
So you can take testosterone pills, but you would have to take estrogen blockers, I guess.
if you're like doing
Is that a
steroids, or like me and you could start taking estrogen today, and maybe like here in 6 months we decide let's stop it, and now we're gonna go to the fucking gym all the time. In 6 months we're gonna be fucking ripped because our natural testosterone is gonna fucking increase, and probably we've worn out our estrogen, whatever the thing is in our body that produces estrogen.
Yeah, but like leading up to that, we're going to cry a lot.
Fuck yeah. This podcast is going to be way different.
I don't mind. I'll cry on here.
Yeah, I
don't
cry.
care.
Yeah.
Well,
It's okay to cry.
next time we do hard cider cinema reviews, we'll do The Notebook or something.
Right.
Brokeback Mountain.
I don't know if my heart could handle that one.
Have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of power bottom there.
It was a lot of powerful. The part, all right. The part that always haunts me of fucking Brokeback Mountain is during like the first time they hook up, he takes his 3 fingers and he goes and he spits in it, and you don't see it, but he goes down under and wipes it on something. And I don't know why, but that's the thing that is launched in my brain I can't unsee. Where I'm just, come here, Jimmy.
Yeah, that was too much.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just
For
too
a
much.
movie about 2 dudes that love each other, I could have done without.
Yeah.
I know how spit works as lube.
Right.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I didn't need it in the middle of fucking Brokeback Mountain.
Right.
Right.
When you got nothing, left, it was either
Spit on it.
I feel like it was either spit or beans. You know,
Right.
you got the bean juice. I think that would work. Cause you eat the beans, you got leftover bean juice. Just, just dump that. No.
No. No power bottom for you.
Would that give you gas? If you had it injected?
That is a good damn question. I don't fucking know.
Because you eat beans, you get gassy as fuck, right?
Yeah, I think it's got to be. I don't
But
know,
if
man.
it like gets
That's-
pushed in the back end, it's gonna make you fart.
I mean, might regardless. I mean, with or without the beans, you know, I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Wow, weird.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like women queef.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they
Yeah.
do that.
So you gotta think someone fucking giving it the old
The old
1-2.
hootie hoo.
Yeah, it's gonna pack some air in there.
The old hootie hoo.
Fucking throwing beans up there. God damn it. That's the most manly shit I've ever heard.
You know what that is? That's
Yeah.
like this beer right here.
Yeah.
It's like some Bitburger fish beer.
Bit burger fish bitter. It's like taking beans and just
Yeah.
yeah. That was so graphic, unnecessarily graphic.
Yeah, the uncalled for.
Right. For it, I mean, honestly, that was like, I don't want to say it was the first, because it definitely wasn't the first, like, it was, I feel like it was the first, widely accepted gay movie.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the first mainstream.
Mainstream, that's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Because there was definitely ones before that.
Yeah,
But I feel like I've got
especially when you have two like heartthrob actors
right,
playing two gay guys,
right,
and then neither one of them are gay, by the way.
right. Well, yeah, man.
Which is, I don't know. That's neither one of them have been the same ever since, though.
well,
Because one's dead,
that is true.
and the other one just does
Random shit.
movies where he dies.
Yeah.
I think he's just every movie he's in after that he dies.
Which one was he? The one that died in that movie?
Jake Gyllenhaal, dude. Every time he's in a movie nowadays, he dies in the movie.
Huh. Interesting. I knew
Spoiler
because
alert.
that was spoiler alert. Yeah, that was the other part of that movie that always made me sad. Was I guess it was Heath Ledger smelling his shirt in his it just I don't know. It was just like, oh, that's fucking sad as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled somebody's clothes, or had this smell that just reminded you? I've never smelled somebody's clothes before.
I have a very sensitive nose. I feel like more than I get credit for, because I walk in people's rooms and I can smell their scent. Like, I don't know why. Like me, I think I talked about that here on one time. Like I had a roommate. Me and him hated each other's scent.
Really?
Dude, I would walk in him like, dude, your fucking room smells. And it'd be clean, but I'm like, and he's like, what does it smell like? I'm like, it smells like fucking you, man. And he'd go, mine's like, you fucking stink in here. I'm like, it didn't smell like anything. He's like, fucking smell like it just,
Yeah.
we both just had that.
Yep. You guys aren't compatible.
Yeah, no, there's no way we're Brokeback Mountain in that
No.
apartment. Yeah.
No.
No spitting in hands or nothing. But like my wife, I know like when we first started dating, like she would come in, spend a couple days, and then she would come back up here, and then like I'd be laying on bed and I'd roll over, and then I could smell her still on the pillow. Like, I feel like it just sounds fucking creepy to say I smelt her scent, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because it makes it sound like I'm sitting there sniffing her fucking
You
drawers
didn't
or something.
sniff her pillow?
I mean, I smelt it, so obviously I was like,
My wife likes wearing my clothes because it smells like me.
yeah.
Which is dude, there's this one apartment building
Right.
in the area that I work that I hate going in there, because as soon as you walk in the front door, this apartment building smells like a funeral home.
Ooh.
Like specifically like when a relative of mine passed away recently, like there was this, I won't say like bad, but it was like just this weird smell that the funeral home had when we were in there. And then as soon as I walked into this apartment building, it was the exact same smell. And I was like, oh, I can't handle this.
Shit, you should have knocked on doors, see who had answered, who didn't.
It wasn't like the smell of death. I've
Right.
smelled the smell of death before.
Right.
That wasn't that.
Right.
It was just like if it was whatever cleaner, or like maybe it was like some kind of carpet cleaner that they used,
Right.
or it was like a chemical smell is what it was.
Yeah. Cover up.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, probably.
Right.
But that's what it was that I guess because they say that smell is like, smell brings back the strongest memories.
Right.
Is what they say.
For sure.
And that literally as soon as I opened that door and stepped foot in there, that whole fucking funeral came back to me. And it was like, oh my God. And like, I was all emotional the whole rest of the day. Like, I clearly had too much estrogen in my system.
Yeah. Brought it back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what's going on, man. Dude, so basically what I'm saying is zombie virus is coming.
Okay.
And when we all die from it, we need to figure out if we're in heaven or hell. We need to work our way out of hell
Right.
into heaven.
Okay. Yeah. Totally. For
That's
sure.
what this episode was about.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm on board.
All right.
All right.
Tell them where they can find us, Alex.
You can find us on every truck stop bathroom wall. Look for our pictures, our likeness, our number. I know, but for real, you can find us on any kind of social media. You can find us on Facebook, Soberless Thoughts. You can find us at Instagram at Soberless Thoughts. Don't forget, we also have that Twitter at Think Soberless. You can also email us directly. That means you get to talk to us. I know you love hearing our voice, but you can interact. So send us an email. If
Alex, I need to tell you something real quick.
what's up?
I went viral on Twitter recently.
Nice.
I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you about this.
Yeah.
So somebody famous, I don't know who, we say famous, but they just have a blue check mark.
Right.
A blue check said something about the 87,000 new employees that the IRS is hiring.
Uh-huh.
You know about that, right?
Yeah, vaguely.
And they were like basically saying like, you know, don't be afraid that they're going to be trying to audit everybody and all this other stuff. It's just because of retirements and all this other shit. Like, it's kind of normal that they would do this, right?
Right.
So, like, because I like to stir the pot, so I commented on this thing like, what I said was, the IRS is unconstitutional and shouldn't even exist in the first place. That's all I said. One
Right.
sentence. That's it. And that was like, as I'm taking my morning shit at like 5 o'clock in the morning, like, didn't think twice about it. Just like, just bloop,
Right. Moving
to
on.
the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, so then didn't think about it. And then around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I go to eat my lunch. And while I'm sitting there eating my lunch, I grab my phone and start scrolling around. I'm on Instagram, and then I go on to Twitter. And when I log on to Twitter, I have like thousands of notifications.
Yeah.
I'm like, usually I have 1 or 2
Right.
from my morning rants.
Right.
Thousands.
Nice.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I start going through it and looking at it. And the best part was, well, there was a lot of people just disagreeing with me.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, you know about the 16th Amendment and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I know about the fucking 16th Amendment. I get it. Like, I'm saying the 16th Amendment shouldn't fucking exist.
Right.
Anyways, so a lot of that going on. A lot of people agreeing with me.
Mm.
And then my favorite ones were the people who are like, who is this guy? Right? And
Yeah.
then so they start analyzing my Twitter profile.
Right. Right. Of course they did. They're trying to find ammunition.
Right. So they're like, this guy says he's a quote unquote fictional character. Like, he has a pirate flag next to his name on his, because it says Mike Odenbeck with a pirate flag. And then in my profile, it says pure blood, because I'm unvaccinated.
Right.
And then it says fictional character. And then it says host of the Soberless Thoughts podcast and founder and owner of DangerousT-shirts.com. Okay. So every single bit of that was analyzed by all these different people.
Right.
Like, oh, he says he's a fictional character. Then there's like, oh, this motherfucker's got his own podcast. Da, 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 right? And then, oh, he's got his own T-shirt company. Like, and then people are like, like finding different T-shirts that they're either that most of all of them that they disagree with,
Right.
and then they're putting the link to the T-shirt on their Twitter page.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and then putting the link to my website on their Twitter page. Thank you.
Yeah.
Talking about Soberless Thoughts, the podcast, on their Twitter page. Thank you.
Right.
So I'm talking to Grandpa Banks, and I'm like, dude, like, I can't believe this. He gets on there. He's like, holy shit, you know? And so anyways, I'm like, I'm going to wait a day or two, and then I'm going to get on Libsyn and see how many downloads of the podcast we had,
Yeah.
like, in that time frame. Dude, like, we had, this is no joke, it was like 4 downloads, because we haven't put out an episode in a while.
Right.
And like 4 downloads, 3 downloads, 2 downloads, 5 downloads, 8 downloads, 260 downloads, 487 downloads. Like, it was like something like 200 and something the next day too.
Yeah.
Like all in like that 3-day span.
Right.
It's like, damn. All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm just going to keep talking shit on Twitter.
Yeah, might as well. Here I come, baby.
Yeah, I mean, but just something, it was like, that is the least of the shit that I say on Twitter.
Yeah, that is pretty mild.
Yeah. Like, you obviously didn't see any of the conversations I had with our governor.
No shit. Even I was like, damn, dude.
Right. So, like, I don't know. Well, some of them did go through, like,
Yeah.
my history of posts and was like, oh, he said this or he said that.
Oh,
But
I'm sure. There's fucking trolls out there. Yeah. I got to say, I had my one post that got like 4,000 to 5,000 likes on it. Because I don't know why. I save random ass comments on like Instagram or fucking TikTok or whatever. My latest one was some Italian girl making something, and I just said something like, why do I feel like you could tell me this is, wait, how did the fuck did I put that? Why do I feel like you could tell me about the suspension of a 64 Buick Skylark? And she's like this dark-headed Italian girl who has that like northern accent talking about fucking whatever random sandwich she's making. Dude, I got like 200 or 300 likes on that one. And like even she commented, it was like fucking my cousin Vinny, and she like liked it, and fucking I'm like, fuck yeah, I need to do more of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was just thinking today about how many different movies had the scene where it's the hot chick under the hood of the car.
Oh, tons.
But that doesn't, like, I went to look it up on like Google it, like movies with I don't even know how to search that.
Right.
I just searched like
You're gonna get porn.
I just searched
sure.
movie scene, hot girl under hood of the car.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or hot girl, movie scene, girl working on engine.
Yeah.
Nothing. None of those. Nothing popped up.
Right.
And I'm like, I can think off the top of my head half of a dozen movies that have that scene.
No shit.
Why isn't there a YouTube video compilation of that?
I don't know. Sounds like we need to make one. But anyway,
Anyways.
back to getting out of here because I gotta pee.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're in the middle of doing that. Go ahead.
Right. All right. Twitter. So look up Mikey over there on Twitter, but also at Think Soberless. Don't forget to email us at Gmail. Tell us about your drink ideas, about your conversational ideas, anything you want us to talk about. We'd love to hear it. Or if you just want to tell us a funny story, we might read it, we might not, but most likely we will. And don't forget to go to soberlessthoughts.com, right?
Yeah, soberlessthoughts.com, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that way you can get all our past, present episodes.
Dude, everything that you just said is on soberlessthoughts.com.
One-stop shop, baby. That's all
right.
you need. And don't forget to like, share, and comment on all things Soberless Thoughts on all social medias. So keep going with all the different varieties. And wherever you catch our podcast, tell your friends, family, loved ones to also listen to it.
That's right. I'm going to have the videos on soberlessthoughts.com too.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to have a one link, like one of the tabs will be for the videos.
Yeah.
Just get right on there. Right on there.
Hell yeah.
When you're on the skillet, you need to stay cheesy, keep it greasy, and flip on out.
All right. I got to take a piss.
Do it.
You ever had a piece of bed your penis hurts?
Say a word for Jimmy Brown. He ain't got nothing at all. Not the shirt right off his back. He ain't got nothing at all. And say a word for Ginger Brown. Walks with his head down to the ground and took the shoes right off his feet and threw the poor boy right out in the street. And this is what he said: oh, sweet nothing, she ain't got nothing at all. Oh, sweet nothing, she ain't got nothing at all. Let me see ya. Say a word for Jimmy Brown. He ain't got nothing, nothing at all, not a thing. Not the shirt on his back. He ain't got nothing at all. And say a word for Ginger. Walked with his head down to the ground. I took the shoes from his feet and threw the poor boy out into the street. And this is what he said: oh, sweet nothing, he ain't got nothing at all. No, not a thing. Oh, nothing at all. She ain't got nothing at all.